Who in here remembers when Dull and Dark unironically uploaded MLG to his main channel? Just thinking about the fact that 2014 was 7 years ago gives me goosebumps. Kids now have FNF and J-Schlatt, but back then we used to have Five Nights at Freddy's and Filthy Frank. Yeah, that's who you think it is. But hey, we wouldn't be anywhere without a dark past, right? I mean, I watched Zootopia once and became a furry for like a year, so... God damn it. Oh, you wanna watch PewDiePie? Funny you should mention. Which one? He's having a mental breakdown with Ainsley Harriott, Tommy Wiseau, Markiplier, and 3 cardboard cutouts of Danny DeVito. By then, the 2000s were long gone, and the early 2010s were starting to feel staler. Simple cat face and a colorful background with 2 lines of text and an impact font simply wasn't gonna cut it anymore. People were looking for a change of pace and an entertainment medium where the most viewed video had like 900 million views instead of... Wait, how many views does Despacito have again? $7 billion. Wait. No. Okay, that's more views than there is people on Earth. How the fuck does that even work? But even then, I like to think about the mid-2010s as a transition stage between the late 2000s and the late 2010s. You would have all kinds of things happening on YouTube before the apocalypse in 2017 and Susan's reign over the platform, and people liked it that way. My brother used to show me iDubbbz, Max Mofo, Anything for Views, How to Basic, Filthy Frank, and if you two used to watch these guys back then, do you know how fucked up my brother was showing me this at 13? But these guys would have videos like Human Cake up on YouTube, and frankly, nobody cared if they were appropriate or not. And I personally like to think that these guys have a massive impact on modern meme culture, even to this day. Before that, I didn't watch anybody else on YouTube, except for 2015 PewDiePie and Dylan Hacker, which I might make a video on depending on how this one does. But after discovering these guys, I was introduced to other channels. I got my drama news from Keemstar and Scars. I still do. I watched commentators and learned to hate Jake Paul and Jacob Sartorius. This whole period didn't just have a change in memes. Old school commentary channels started getting noticed again. Pyrocynical, Mimulus, Leafy. I can feel how a bunch of hearts just dropped to hear that name. Most of these channels have either disappeared from the platform or drastically changed their content, and you can't blame them. You can even say fuck without Susan cutting your throat with demonetization. I don't make money out of YouTube, so I don't really care, but look at PewDiePie. In 2013, he was the loud Swedish man that would scream and swear at random video games on the internet. In that time period, people had grown tired of the same old. They want to change, and honestly, who wouldn't want change from this? Okay, that's kind of funny. Like any culture or art medium in the world, they started getting experimental with what they did, throwing things at the wall and seeing what stuck. This is an MLG compilation. In case you didn't know, MLG stands for Major League Gaming. Think about it as the weird, angsty teen version of modern esports. The reason why I show this is that there's just something in the sudden chaos of the MLG compilations of 2015 and 2014, and how fast they arrived and took over humor that reminds me of the 21st century humor memes of the early 2020s. I guess the same thing is happening with our meme culture now. We're getting bored of the usual memes. Take Reddit for example. During the mid-2010s, hell, even the late 2010s, when somebody says something about a Reddit post they saw, you would think that it'd be a funny pic or a hilarious comment section. But now when you mention Reddit, everyone has a mental picture of the Redditor, and they think about all the awful and forced memes that come out of Reddit. This leads me on to this quote that I like. History doesn't repeat itself per se, but it rhymes. And yes, I did just use that to talk about memes. We're doing the same thing, just a bit earlier. We're experimenting with new formats, seeing what works, what doesn't, going abstract, sometimes even straight up nonsensical. And post-irony has had a major impact on our current dopamine landscape. Post-ironic doge and the Lovecraftian necromancy of the troll face and rage comic memes are just faces that will eventually lead us to the culture that comes along with the mid-2020s. And at this point, I'm not just talking about memes. Art, culture, music, all these things have moved back and forth between decades. Nostalgia tricks are becoming more and more common. Hell, even this video is kind of a nostalgia trip. We long for yesterday, yet we can't wait enough for tomorrow. I can't remember what I was thinking back in 2011. Well, I remember feeling scared shitless of 2012 and the end of the world since I was like 9 for half of the year, but now I'm 20. And the roaring 20s have just started. What a way to start. But for some reason, thinking about the fact that, minus the obvious, we've already gone through a similar situation in the last decade makes me feel I'll bet a bit more calm for the upcoming years. This video was originally supposed to be about the edginess of the 2014 to 2016 period, but turned out to be something more than that. Well, what I'm getting at is that if in 2 years from now you don't think that the world has changed much from the 2010s, don't worry. Just give it a bit longer. And remember that history is a poem. Thanks for watching.